Hey, welcome to BSB TV. I have with me Ron Barton. Ron has been a member of the Facebook community forever, it seems, but of the Brisbane Small Business portal and doing some amazing stuff there. So I thought I'd interview him, find out a little bit more about shipping, because I know that I use him and I've had a good experience. So I thought others might want to do that too. So Ron, how are you today?
I'm great for a Thursday, towards the end of the week, almost the unfortunately getting close to the end of the year, and it's our busy season.
I was going to say, what's unfortunate about it? You must be run off your feet. You got to wait till mid-January to actually have a bit of a break, don't you?
Yeah, probably just before Christmas we start to slow down a bit, and then January, February is pretty quiet, and then it starts to pick up again from there. So, but no, this year's been extremely busy. I've increased my shipping threefold, so thanks to the support of all my clients, which is great, so that's good.
Oh, look, let's be honest, thanks to the faults of all the governments around Australia that have locked everyone inside and closed the door, thrown away.
But as I indicated this morning in a post, South Australia's locked down, and there's nothing going into South Australia other than medical supplies, and food. Sorry, they've completely shut it down.
That's amazing.
That's for 6 days. So, but South Australia is a small shipping state anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll make sure that we don't have, that I don't have any. Hi guys, hi Facebook users. Unfortunately, we can't see who you are, but don't worry about that. It's probably one of your clients. I'm pretty sure it will be. Now, obviously, when shipping, you've got 3 options, yeah, and yeah. I think it's fairly clear to me that you can go run around and try and get the best deal yourself, or just. Hey, you've probably got 4 options. Just go to Australia Post and use that. Or then it's Juanita. Hey, Juanita. Or you could then do your own hunting around and find a single supplier that you love.
Yep. And you've got those options, and you've got to then negotiate individually with the companies, and that's how business works. But you've got a plethora of carriers out there, and you've got to actually be a hard negotiator to get something. And typically the major carriers don't give away too much discount unless you're a very, very high volume shipper. So you'll get a small discount from them.
And selling my 50 to 100 dog beds a year really isn't going to cut it as a high volume shipper, I don't think.
That's correct.
So if you don't want to be stuck with one and you want to hunt around and get the best deal on a particular thing, you can go to one of the automated groups, and there's a number of those out there, and I've experimented with a couple, and some of their front end systems are truly awesome until you need some support.
That's correct, and you'll find that some of them, you can only contact via email or a message system on their page, and hope that something will get back to you in a period of time.
And we'll discuss my personal situation in a second that I had in the last week, because it's really pertinent. And it'll highlight the difference between dealing with an automated system and dealing with a transport broker. What do you call yourself?
Well, we're an in-between between a broker, a forwarder. We're really our own business, and put it lightly, we're the Webjet of the courier business. Yes, we are automated to an extent in that when you use our portal, you get the quotes from all the suppliers that we have on board. But it's the add-on benefits once that process happens that you're dealing with an individual and a business owner like us all.
And that's something that I found very important just recently. When I'd messed up a shipment, I'm confessing my fault entirely. I originally had booked to ship half of what I should have. ran downstairs, tried to fix that up. Unfortunately, the courier knocked at the door and my partner gave him the parcel that was only half of the contents it should have been. So then I'd already cancelled that order, and so he shouldn't have accepted it in the first place. But the automated company just went, oh, look, that's a bit of bad luck. We'll just rebook it to go to its destination, right? They didn't even give me the option to return it straight away.
Yeah.
And so then I went, okay, so... but that was after I'd already booked another shipment with you guys. And do you deal with shipping to Italy? Quick question there.
Yes, we ship all over the country. I've actually done a shipment out of Uzbekistan. I think that's how you pronounce it.
It is.
And a very remote place in India. And if we can do that, we can certainly do Italy.
I'm pretty sure Borat's from Uzbekistan. But anyway, well, so when I had the problem, their customer service team just kept messaging me. Their customer happiness team it was, and I can tell you I wasn't very happy. But they just said, kind of bad luck. It'll just get delivered. Yeah. Whereas in contrast, when I had a different challenge with you guys, we got a very, very different response, because I was able to pick up the phone and say, hey, Ron, can you help me with this? And you said, hey, I'll get straight onto it. And you kept me informed and updated about exactly what was happening all the way. So in short, it depends on the customer service that you want to have. The costs are going to be the same no matter which group you go through.
Yep. Exactly right, Joe. Except to some extent, the fees and charges with some of the other groups are there. Not great, but they're there. Whereas the likes of us and some of our other competitors who are exactly the same, there's no fees and charges, and you're passed on all the benefits of our ability to buy lots of freight in bulk and pass that benefit on to you guys. So and that's where it is. And whether you ship with me 1,000 parcels a week or 5 a week or 1 a week, you get the same service. So that's how I portray myself as a local business owner, looking after my clients.
Cool. Now the next question has been, what are your processes? So basically, people just need, if Ron's going to go through the comments and he will respond to each of these after the show, because that's going to be a really simple way of you reaching out and getting in contact with these people. Yeah, sure. Because somebody's just said, and it could be the same person, here's the challenge of using third-party services. We can't see who's making the comments. But what are your processes? Ron will go through and walk you through all of those. But from my point of view, and I've used Ron, it's really quite simple. He gives you a form that you fill out, and all of a sudden you're a customer, you get put onto their business portal, and then it really is quite easy to get quotes and to organise shipping. You can still choose from a range of couriers if you have a preferred one. And you can choose to express it, you can choose to just let it go through the normal transaction. And as I said, the real benefit is as soon as there's a challenge, you have
that's correct. And the other benefit too to a small business owner is if you use a half a dozen carriers within our system per billing period, you get one invoice. So your cash flow becomes, providing you keep up to date with what you're spending, your cash flow, you can manage your cash flow much better with paying one invoice per billing period. So. And I think that's a great benefit for people these days as well. So you're not continually adding onto your bank card with the others. In our method, you can either pay by bank card at the end or via direct debits and that sort of thing. So bank card there, Ron. You're showing your age there, I've got to say. I don't think we've had bank cards in Australia since 1983, but we won't talk too much about that side of it. Look,
Obviously, yeah, I'm a fan of what Ron does. I use him myself, and that's why I thought, hey, we're having Black Friday. People are going to be shipping stuff. I'm hoping lots of our members are going to be shipping stuff, so it'll be a great opportunity to have a chat with you today. Please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put a comment. To put a comment in the community. Ron will be very happy to have a chat with you personally, and
Look,
there's literally, when I called Ron about, hey, can I use you? He was kind of like, you don't have to. There's no worst sales job ever. So that definitely no pressure from that point of view. But Ron, I wish you well, because I do know that your customer service is absolutely top notch. Every time I've called, you've got back to me more than timely. And even if I've said, hey, this isn't important, I've got a message back on a Sunday afternoon. So, or it's not urgent. So I know that your fingers on the ball. You absolutely watch what you're doing, and this is why I'm a great fan of what you do.
Yeah, and just very, very quickly, joining is only a matter of minutes. It's contacting me. I work with you what you want, and within minutes, literally, you can be a member and be shipping within minutes. The paperwork stuff, we can catch that up, but and it's not overbearing, but it's a necessity, it's quite simple, easy to use.
Yep, and the portal, I can be a bit slow on tech, but the portal is easy to use, and it's once you get used to it, all the information's there for you to help manage and work with your clients on making sure that shipments are getting through.
Yeah. Oh, and I must probably point out very quickly too, we do join up with all the major shopping portals, the Shopify's and e-commerce portals of the world. So, and that's an easy action to take. So we have our tech people in Melbourne that can help people through that. There's a lot of work on your side of the process. You've got to have all your goods and products, properly loaded up. But once that's all over and done with, it's straightforward, and your clients then on the portal will get direct quotes through our system. So, and you can set up.
One quick last question is, how long is shipping taking at the moment versus Australia Post? Look, that's kind of how long a piece of string, because we don't know where it's going from and to.
Yeah, that is correct. We're probably, might I dare say, a little bit quicker, I think, from evidence that I've seen in my portal. But I can't say for sure, because I don't have access to Australia Post, shipping days and numbers and what have you.
But that would also depend on whether someone's gone, hey, I want it to be express post or express couried, or I'm happy to take regular time and all that sort of stuff. So, hey, Ron, I'll get you to take that one offline with that guy and see, hey, can they get more specific, and see if you can help them.
Yep, I'm sure can.
That'd be awesome. Hey, thanks very much for your time today. I've really appreciated it. Hopefully that has helped a few more people understand the difference between the 3 or 4 different options that they do have, and understand that, hey, it is really easy to use someone like yourself. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, as always.
Okay, mate. Okay, I'll